Good morning, my people, my people, my people. My name is Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and the Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora, machismo. My people, today's topic, the white man's poison. The white man's poison. O great supreme and sovereign Most High, Father, you are the great creator of heaven and earth and everything that dwells therein. You are the great and wonderful creator of the very existence of existence, Yahweh. There is nothing that happens upon this earth unless you, the supreme creator and God of all, have sanctioned or given permission to come to pass. Most High, you are an awesome God, and I thank you. I ask that you direct my thoughts unto the thoughts of righteousness for your name's sake. Put the things you have placed upon my heart, upon my lips. Most High, let your Holy Spirit come close to this place and warn off all who will try to use demonic, human, and other forces to interfere with my thoughts, to interfere with my mind, to interfere with my memory. All who will try to use demonic and other forces to put words in my mouth that are not in my vocabulary. Who will try to use demonic and other forces to cause me to stumble over words I'm familiar with. Let your holy angels and Holy Spirit warn off the demonic and the other forces that will be used by the wicked, the evil, and the devious to try to hamper my opportunity to speak to you, to your people. Most High, let your Holy Spirit come and set up a hedge of protection. Let your holy angels come and set up a hedge of protection around this place. And let your hedge of protection and those angels protect me from harm and danger, even the minor inconveniences that will try to seek to distract me or to lend confusion to what I'm saying here. Most High, continue to be my God, because I ask these mercies of no one else but you. Because, Father, you are the only one who is able to grant me that which I am requesting of you. I ask these mercies in Yahushua's name, I say, let it be done. My people, today's message, the white man's poison. Let us turn our Bibles to Psalms chapter 139, and we are going to read verse 21 and 22. That is Psalms chapter 139, and we are going to read verse 21 and verse 22. Do I not hate them, O Lord, that hates thee? Am I not grieved with those that rise up against thee? I hate them with a perfect hatred. I count them my enemies. This is the words of the Most High, and these are the words that were placed on the Most High servant David, the son of Jesse, the second king of Israel's heart. And what David is saying here, he's making a profound statement that will make many Christians shudder, because they hate to hear a person expressing hate to anything or anyone, because they have convinced themselves that the God of creation is a God of love and only love, and he is incapable of hating, even though the Most High have declared hatred in the scriptures, and even though the prophets of the Most High have expressed their hatred on numerous times for certain people, certain things, and certain circumstances. My people, David declared his hatred for those that hate his father, the one who protected and provided for him, the Most High Yahweh. And he is grieved at these people. And his grief is a result of the hatred he probably have for them. But he is unable to manifest his hate into something that is physical, because either they are not in the place where he can inflict the physical attribute of his hate upon them, So he grieved within his heart. And he declared that he hates them with a perfect hatred. Our topic today is the white man's poison. When we go to the dictionary and we research the word poison, it says a substance, either synthetic or natural, when ingested, inhaled, or come into contact with, may cause serious discomfort, illness, or death. Serious discomfort, illnesses, or death. Most people think that a poison is something that will kill you. But a poison can cause you serious discomfort without killing you. It will cause you to become sick, and it even cause you to die. So whatever we are going to discuss here, the people who will be using it will be able to do one of three things to you. Either cause you great discomfort, cause you great illness, or cause you to die. Now when we say the white man, we have to qualify what is meant by the white man. And in order for us to understand the context in which we are going to present this message, we have to get a true description of who the white man is. The white man is normally one who is referred to as one who is of a pale complexion and has either brown, hazel, blue, or green eyes, and are also known as a European. My people, the question is, do they have poison, and what do they use it for? Okay, we describe the white man, one who has a pale complexion, and there are many classes of people that are not white that can be considered pale. And in some of those classes of people, they have different color eyes, but they're not considered white. And when we talk about the white man being an European, when we consider that those who we call a European are not native to Europe, then they do not, or they cannot, in all honesty, be considered European because they are not native to Europe. They are not indigenous to Europe. Remember, Europe has an indigenous group of people that is called the Samis. So those people who are referred to as the white people and European, they are not even European, because they are not indigenous to Europe, and they were not the original people to inhabit Europe. The Samis should be called the Europeans because they were the original inhabitants of Europe. And I must say that there are still about over, how much? I think it's a couple thousand Samis still exist. Some is, about 2,000 is in Russia. I think they have some in Iceland and so forth. Since the white man cannot carry the name of European, we have to examine other names that they are known by. The white man is also known as the Caucasian. And some people believe that he once inhabited the Caucasus Mountains. And when we look at the Caucasus Mountains, The Caucasus Mountains is that range of mountains that touches Asia and Europe. But when we consider that the inhabitants of the Caucasus Mountains were the Mongols and the Samis, we cannot call the white man Caucasians either, because they are not from the Caucasus Mountains. They are not the original inhabitants of the Caucasus Mountains. And they are not they cannot be considered the Aborigines of the Caucasus Mountains. So, who are the white man? And where does the white man come from? If we can only answer this question, we'll get a better understanding of the topic we are here to discuss today. In today's world, the dominant inhabitants of all of Europe is the white man, who they call the Caucasians and who they call the European. The white man is neither Caucasians, neither he is European. But they are the dominant nation that now occupy all of Europe. But who are they are the question we must ask. In order for us to get a fully understanding of who the white man is, we must first examine some of the literature of the white man, because we know the white man was responsible for conquering the entire world, for kidnapping all of the literature of every country and keeping it as his own. Now, they are the scholars in Egyptian mythology, in African history, in Indian culture, and in Asian culture and history. So in order for us to understand who the white man is, we have to go to the publication of the white man and see if we can understand who these pale-skinned, blue, hazel, brown, and green-eyed people is. We want to know who they are. My people, let us go to the Encyclopedia Britannica. The Encyclopedia Britannica identified a Roman king who sat on the throne of Israel when Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ, was alive, as being an Edomite. We know the Romans are white men and white women. We'll go to another publication of the Caucasians. This time, a publication of the Druze sect. In their publication Chabad, or chabad.org, in discussing 14 facts you must know about Esau, it says in that article, in fact number 12, that Esau is the progenitor of the Romans. It also declared that Magdiel, one of the Duke of Esau, that is listed in Genesis chapter 30 as to being the progenitor of the Romans. There is two things we must consider here. We must consider that Rome is just a city in Italy. And if Magdiel, one of the Duke of Esau, was responsible for the Italian nation, we have to consider that since there are 11 Dukes of Esau, in the same manner there are 12 tribes of Israel, we have to consider that the other 10 Dukes of Esau was responsible for inhabiting all of Europe and displacing the Samis. Another point we have to consider here, seeing that Esau is the son of Isaac, there was something miraculous that happened at the birth and the pregnancy that contained Esau. This is the miraculous thing that happens. And it will tie back in to who the white man is. Esau was considered or was known to be the son of Isaac and Rebekah, and the grandson of Abraham. When Rebekah became pregnant, she became pregnant with twin boys. We must always remember that Rebekah was a virgin, a maiden. She had never had sexual intercourse except for that which she had with her husband Isaac. However, when Rebekah became pregnant, she became pregnant with twin sons. And when she approached the Most High and asked the Most High questions concerning her tumultuous pregnancy, she discovered that in her womb she has two sons. But those two sons had two different progenitors, two different fathers. Here we have a virgin woman who have only had sexual intercourse with one man, but is now carrying twin sons with two different fathers. It is important to note that the Most High says to Rebekah, two nations will be separated from your bowels when those two sons are given birth. This is a conundrum. My people, when Rebekah gave birth to her twin sons, something very interesting happened here. Here we have a black woman who was impregnated by a black man, but gave birth to two children that was as different as night and day were different. One of the two children, Esau, was described as being red and hairy all over, while no description was given to Jacob, because Jacob looked like everyone who lived in that period of time. When we look at Esau match up perfectly with the description of the white man that as we know him today. Red and hairy all over, like a garment. So now we have concluded, we have seen that the publication of the white man, when he declared that Herod, the Roman king that ruled over Israel when Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ, was alive, was a Roman. And here we see there is truth in the publication of the Jewish community, when in the publication Chabad.org discuss 14 facts we should know about Esau. They say that Esau is the progenitor of the Romans. My people, the description that was given of Esau in Genesis chapter 25 verse 25, and the description as you will see any white man is the same. So now we know that the white man came from Esau, the son of Isaac. How was it possible for Isaac's wife to only ever have sex with one man, her husband, yet she had two sons in her womb from two different progenitors, two different fathers? My people, before we go there, we must know that the great God of creation, the God who is perfect in love, the God who always declares love for his creation, declared in Malachi chapter 1 verse 2 to 4 that Jacob and Esau are brothers, yet he loved Jacob and he hates Esau. So the question we must ask here is, why did the great God of love declared he hated Esau? That was because Esau was a product of the Most High arch rival, arch enemy, the devil. It was the devil's desire to forfeit the plans of the Most High, to ensure that the Most High plans for a redeemer does not come to fruition. So what did he do? He planted a fertilized seed in Rebekah's womb. The child of a devil is a devil. So we must conclude that Esau, when he was planted in Rebekah's womb, he was a devil. When he was born, he was a devil. And he remained a devil, and all of his descendants are devils. The only reason why the devil planted this devil in Rebekah's womb was to ensure that he aborted the plans of the Most High for a coming Redeemer. His objective to abort the plans of the Most High of a coming Redeemer must happen either one of two ways. First, he must kill the original inhabitor of Rebekah's womb, which is Jacob. And if he is unable to kill Jacob, the original inhabitor of Rebekah's womb, then he must ensure that he is born first, and therefore his father Isaac will be forced to give him the blessings that the Most High have put upon him. A blessings Isaac was obligated to pass on to the next generation, the generation that was supposed to be the seed of the promise. Remember, Esau was not the seed of the promise. Jacob was the seed of the promise. But Isaac was not aware of this. All he knew, that his wife was pregnant, and at birth he had the strangest encounter he have ever encountered in his life. Two child, as different are as night as day. So here is why the Most High declared that he will hate Esau, but he loved Jacob, because the Most High knew all things, and he knew that Lucifer planted his seed in Rebekah's womb. He knew that Esau, the seed of the devil, was a devil. The Most High don't love devils. The Most High hates devils. And the Most High declared in that same passage of text, as is found in Malachi chapter 1 verse 2 to 4, that he will hate all of the descendants of Esau forever. So here we see, now we know who Esau is. Now we know where Esau is from. Now we know who are the parents of Esau. We can get a better understanding of the topic which we are about to discuss. My people, Esau's first home was in Canaan with his father and his grandfather. And then he moved to Mount Seir. One thing I must tell you, when the Mongol and the Samis inhabited the Caucasus Mountain, Esau was not even a thought. He nor his father or his grandfather have been alive. Esau was born in 2006 BC. My people, now that we know Esau is the seed of the devil and he is a devil, we must consider what are the poison of Esau and why he used that poison and what he expects to accomplish. The first thing we must remember here is that Esau is the seed of the devil. And all of the Edomites are also devils. So here we see the white man is not the Caucasians. The white man is not a European, but the white man are the Edomites, the direct descendants of Esau, the son of Lucifer. His main objective was to abort the plans of the Most High, to ensure that man was not redeemed to the Most High. So if that was Esau's main objective at birth, that means his main objective in living is to accomplish the same thing, to abort the plans of the Most High, to ensure that every man with a soul is not redeemed and come into the harmony of the love of the Most High and experience all of the wonderful things the Most High have in store for him. Now, so his first objective, the objective why he came into existence, and the objective why he still exists, have to be the same. It cannot be different. So his objective is to ensure that man is not restored to the Most High and experience salvation. That is the objective of Esau. That is the objective of the Edomites. That is the objective of the white man. Remember, it was Esau's father, Lucifer, who put us in this state. When he deceived the woman, and had the woman deceive man, and both the first man and the first woman, Adam and Eve, violated the law of the Most High, and they died. You may say that they didn't die. Yes, they died. What is death? Death is moving from a higher plane to a lower plane. Anytime a being moves from a higher plane to a lower plane, he dies. Adam and Eve moved from incorruptible to being corrupted. They died. They ceased being perfect. They died. My people, it is the desire of the Edomite. It is the desire of Esau to ensure everyone with a soul forfeit their opportunity to come into harmony with the Most High and experience all of the wonderful things the Most High have in store for us. The wonderful things He have put in the scriptures. An opportunity to live and dwell with Him in the heavenly realms with all of His angels. To experience the peace, the tranquility, and the beauty of heaven. And the opportunity to return to this earth under the leadership, the protection, and the supervision of His Son, Yahawashah. He don't want you, He don't want me to get that. He don't want us to experience that. So He go about trying to kill us. In the same way, His father killed Adam and Eve. Kill them, but life still remains in them. Take them from one plane to a lower plane. And that is their whole objective with man. That is the devil's whole objective with man. The Edomites is trying all in their power to ensure that we move from this fallen plane even to a lower plane where we will never be able to recover. And here is how they're doing it. My people, a very long time ago, they realized that when they rape a woman and a woman kept quiet, that woman suffered from what the psychologists call Stockholm Syndrome. Meaning, after a while, she starts supporting her rapist and become even the protector of the rapist. They call it Stockholm Syndrome. The Most High says in the scriptures, if a woman was raped and she didn't sound the alarm and warn the community of the person who raped her, she must be put to death and the rapist must be put to death. My people, if a person is raped, whether man or woman, he has an obligation to his community to ensure that that rapist is stopped either at his hands or at the hands of the community. If that rapist is not stopped, they will go about and they will create more victims and start a cycle of rape within the community and destroy the entire community. If a person is raped and he don't out his rapist, what happens? The Most High withdraws his spirit from him. Devils and demons occupy his body. My people will learn this from 1 Samuel chapter 15 and 16, where the Most High instructed Saul to go and fight against the Amalekites to destroy everything. Saul kept the Most High instruction to him part of the way. He didn't destroy everything, he spared a few things. As a result, he encouraged the Most High's army to be disobedient to the Most High also. The Most High withdrew his spirit from him. Devils and demons possess him. If the Most High said in scriptures that you must die and you escape death, you have not escaped. You are falling into something that is even worse than death. So that is why the Caucasians has been actively in all course of their history practicing rape against every civilization they come into contact with. They went to the Middle East, they practiced rape among the Arab women, and in some cases the Arab men. They went to India and Pakistan and they did the same. They went to China and Japan and Tibet and they did the same with those people. They went to Africa and they did the same. Because they know that when they rape a person and that person is too ashamed to speak and allow them to go on to make more rapists, the Most High withdraws his spirit from them. Devils and demons possess those people. And we have learned in our previous study, Revelation chapter 13 verse 1 and 2, a beast came out of the sea. A new nation was formed. This happened in 2006 BC. When the beast came out of the sea, the beast was given power, the seat, and the great authority of the dragon. Revelation chapter 12 verse 9 says, the devil is a dragon, the devil is a serpent. The great authority that the devil has is control over the demonic world. So when devils and demons possesses you, those who control the devils and demons that possess you controls you. Now they enslave you. So the first poison of the white man is rape. He used rape in every culture he goes to. Even today, anytime he gets an opportunity, he rapes the woman. He even rapes the man. My people are part of the Caucasian community. Practice is homosexuality. The ancient Romans believed that when you have anal sex, when a man have anal sex with another man, he takes his strength. Remember, the Most High said in Leviticus chapter 20 verse 13, if a man will lie with a man as he will lie with a woman, he have committed an abomination. Both of them must be put to death, and their blood shall be on their own hands. They know from the scriptures and from practice that any time two men get involved sexually, immediately and without delay, the Most High withdraws His Spirit from them. Devils and demons possess them, and they know that the devil and demon possess them because they have control over the devils and the demons that possess those people. They know which devils are in those people because the devil gives them the authority over the demonic world. So the second poison of the Caucasians is homosexuality. So we have rape and we have homosexuality. My people, in Deuteronomy, it states there clearly and emphatically, if two men strive and injure a woman who is carrying a child, and that child die, and mischief follow, those men must be put to death for the life of the unborn child that they caused to lose. If these two unassociated men will die because they're striving, they're fighting, or whatever their striving was, cause a woman to abort, to have an abortion, those men must give their life for the life of that unborn child. It shows that the Most High values the life of the unborn with a great value. How much more a crime against the Most High and the Most High law is it when a woman who is pregnant submits herself under her instructions for a man or a woman to inflict some form of injury upon her body to get rid of that unborn child. It is an even greater crime. That is why when a woman subject herself to an abortion, devils, the Most High immediately withdraws His Spirit from her. Devils and demons possesses her. And the Caucasians, who the devil have given his great authority, control over the demonic world, knows that she is possessed. And they knows that she is now their slave. My people, if a father, if a man get a woman pregnant and he thinks he don't want the responsibility of this child and he pressure that woman into having an abortion, his action towards his own flesh and blood, to cause his own flesh and blood to be murdered even within the womb, is greater than two men striving. My people, that man too will have the Spirit of the Most High withdrawn from him, and the devils and the demons will possess that man. That is why there's so many reprobates walking about the place. And finally, if a man or a woman will lay down to a beast sexually, the beast must be put to death. The man and the woman must be put to death. They have committed an abomination, and their bloods shall be on their own hand. So these are the four poisons of the Caucasians. My people in Canada, the Caucasians in Canada is working to give man permission to marry their pets, because they want to have sexual intercourse with their pets and make love to their pets even in public. This is going against what Leviticus chapter 20 verse 15 and 16 says. A man must not submit himself to a beast. But guess what? The Edomites, the Caucasians, the white man is not man, they are human. There is a difference. My people, if you notice something, I think, if my memory serves me right, the Canadians have passed a law that give a man the rights to marry to his dumb animal, his pet. In the United States and around the world now, if you speak bad about a homosexual or homosexuality, you are punished, especially if you are making a living using some government resources or involved in some company. They will pressure that company to ensure that you are out of a job. Or if they don't fire you, they will boycott the company and ensure that that company go out of business. My people, if you preach what the Most High says, you becomes unpopular. People will boycott you. You can't speak bad about homosexuality. Why? Because homosexuality is a tool that destroys most men. Make them reprobates. My people, they give children in this place. Children. Any child that get pregnant, any minor child that get pregnant has the permission to have an abortion without consulting their parents. The Supreme Court just withdraw the rights of the American community to have abortion. But guess what? For years they have been pushing Planned Parenthood all over the world. They have been making abortion accessible to women in all countries of the world, from China to India to Pakistan to the Caribbean and every country in between. They have put abortion clinics in every black community in the United States. In every minority community you can find an abortion clinic, and the abortion is free, encouraging them to come and have wholesale abortion because it is their objective to enslave them. For many years, they have been throwing the African American in prison for lengthy prison sentences, even prison sentences that does not comply with the lawful administration of the sentencing for minor offenses. Why? Because they want those black men to go into prison and become starved from sexual intercourse and start having homosexual intercourse with other males in prison so that they can become demon possessed, so that the Most High can withdraw spirit from them. Devils and demons can possess them. My people, if you are in the prison system in this United States and you are a model prisoner, you are abiding with all of the rules of the prison, you are encouraging people to be better prison citizen, and you have a condition of parole or probation on your sentences, you will never be given parole or probation or an early release until you have indulged in homosexuality. You'll have to do all of your time, and when your time is up, they will find something. They will conspire and find something to keep you in prison even after when you are supposed to release, because it hurts their heart to see a black man or a man with a soul to walk out of the prison system and he have not defiled himself with homosexuality, and he still have an opportunity to worship, to honor, and to be saved by the Most High. My people, abortion clinics were one of the most protective places in this place. They were given federal funds to ensure the clinics are protected and ensure the abortion are provided. They were targeting the black community. They were targeting the black community because they know the black people of this place are the Israelites. They targeted the Caribbean because they know the inhabitants of the Caribbean are the Israelites. My people, they have been trying to get us to move from this fallen plane to another plane below, where we become abominable in the sight of the Most High. And when we become an abomination or abominable in the sight of the Most High, He abandoned us forever. Like our father, Adam, the devil made Adam to move from a plane of perfection to a plane of corruption. But guess what? Adam and his descendants had an opportunity to ascend the plane of perfection. The Most High made it possible for Adam and his descendants to ascend the plane of perfection. The Edomites, the devils in flesh and blood, the Caucasian, the white man, they hated the fact that the descendants of Adam and Eve are able to reascend the plane of perfection from whence their father fell. And they decided, we are going to change that. They encourage every man in homosexuality, bestiality, abortion, and they rape them, and they create a cycle of rape in our community, where even men are being raped by men. The poison of the Caucasians to try to poison man who now lie in the realms of corruption, hoping that he will fall from the realms of corruption in the same way his father fell from the realms of perfection to the realms of corruption. They're hoping that we will fall to the realms of abomination, of hatred by the Most High, in the realms of reprobation. They want this to happen to you because they hate you. And they hate you with a passion you will never be able to understand. My name is Chief Strongblood, St. Vincent and Grenadines' favorite and most hated son, the diaspora machismo. People, we have now learned the poison of the Caucasians. They use this thing to kill us and to ensure that we end up as they are destined to end up in hellfire, burning according to Revelation chapter 14, 11 to 13. Burning with fire and brimstone before the holy angels and before all great supremates of the Most High. Father, now that if people have understand what are the poisons of the Caucasians, help them to stay away from the Caucasians and from the poison of the Caucasians, because they cannot be poisoned by the Caucasians if they are not in association or an associate of the Caucasians. Most High, help all people to be steadfast in everything that we do. Let your Holy Spirit go with my word. Let your Holy Spirit lend clarity where I would have lent confusion. In Yahshua's name I say, let it be done. My people, I'll talk to you tomorrow.